Hello, my name is Andy and I am the village idiot, and I'm armed with a car and a GoPro and an unhealthy amount of time on my hands. Welcome back to the district of Selby in North Yorkshire, and for once it's stopped raining. It's a nice bright sunny day out here in Selby today, and I've got a really small one for you today, one that probably won't get a picture bit, it certainly won't get a Strava map, and I'm not even sure what it's going to get, to be honest with you, because this one is basically just countryside. It does have a population, not a very big one, but we'll see what we can find in Huddleston with Newthorpe. Here's my disclaimer for people who may be watching me for the first time. I say things as I would in my native accent and dialect. As a result, I may not pronounce things in the same way as the locals do. Remember, I'm a visitor. It's impossible to know everything. Leave me a comment, spin me a like, and bash that subscribe button. Let's get to today's parish video. Huddleston with Newthorpe is one of the smallest parishes in Selby in terms of both size and population. It's situated on the B1222 in the far west of the district. The B1222 is the main route into Sherburn in Elmet from the A63, branching off just north of Ledsham on the boundary with the City of Leeds. The parish consists of the tiny hamlet of Newthorpe, which is the main civilisation, and a smattering of outlying farms and farm buildings. Whilst Newthorpe is the main area of habitation in an otherwise quiet slab of North Yorkshire countryside, the Huddleston part of the name is perhaps the most important. That would be thanks to Huddleston Hall, arguably the most historic part of the settlement, which stands away from the B1222 almost right in the centre of the boundaries, and it's not this house. Huddleston Hall is located up a private road which isn't even a footpath, so as such the only walking I could do here centred on Newthorpe. Parking on Gorse Lane, all I could really do was take a walk onto the B1222, under a railway bridge, and then down Hall Lane, the main street in the hamlet. We can discuss some of the area's history despite the fact there doesn't appear to be much around, and it's a past that centres very much on stone. At the time of the Domesday Book there lived a Saxon named Hunchel or Huddor, and this is possibly how Huddleston got its name. Hudr or huddel may have also referred to the local stone. The Gascoigne family, who we spoke about in the Aberford mini-series of Leeds, were instrumental in this area's past. The marriage of Sir Edward Gascoigne brought the Hungate estate into the family. One of the assets of the estate was a quarry at Huddleston, and although Parlington enjoyed local mineral extraction, the quality of the stone from Huddleston was much better. So, you've heard the phrase, don't try this at home. Definitely don't try this one at home, people. The main road, the B1222, is quite a fast road and there's no footpaths. It's not the easiest thing to try and walk up and down. Thankfully though, now I'm on a side road. I'm on Hall Lane, and this is where most of Newthorpe's housing is. Let's go and have a look at some of this. Walking along the B1222 is certainly not recommended. Historically, there's not much to tell you about Newthorpe, so we'll continue the Huddleston history as we walk through it. The quarry no longer exists. Nowadays, it's the location of a riding stables. It was, for many centuries, one of the most famous quarries in the land. Huddleston's stone was so well regarded that Edward Gascoigne donated stone from it to York Minster in 1736. Perhaps much more famously, it was used for the interior walls of the refurbishment of Westminster Hall at the Palace of Westminster. The present hall at Huddleston is a late 16th century manor house built for the Hungates, and even that is built of Huddleston quarry stone. It's a Grade 2 listed building. Future generations of the Hungates lived at the hall, including Sir Philip Hungate, who died in 1652, and Sir Charles Carrington Hungate, who died at the hall in 1749, aged 63. Believe it or not, there are records that state that Charles was a certified lunatic. He was the last male heir of the Hungate family of Saxon, and he's buried in the church in nearby Saxon. In terms of demographics, there's pretty much nothing I can tell you in this one apart from the area this one covers, a relatively small 6.3 square kilometres. The average house price in Newthorpe is also unavailable. There haven't even been any valuations out here within the last 12 months. Let's see what amenities and landmarks the area has though now. It's surprising how much this place has available to it actually. We start with a postbox, which I thought was going to be pretty much the only thing. However, there's more. You can get a bus out here because it's on a main road. The bus you need to visit Newthorpe is the 164 Leeds to Selby service. Now this next thing is actually not within the boundaries, but it's right on the border, so I'm including it. This is Squire's Cafe Bar, originally known as Squire's Milk Bar when it first opened back in 1954. Originally it wasn't sited here. When it opened, it quickly became a popular destination for motorcyclists, with many coming from all over Yorkshire and the north of England. In 2002, Squire's moved to this, a larger site on the outskirts of Sherburn, which further expanded its customer base, with many motorcyclists now coming from all over the world. The parish is crossed by a railway line. This is the Leeds to Selby line we've seen a couple of times before, originally opened in 1834 when industry in Leeds was booming. This line had many connections, a lot of which have now closed, but the line itself is still here and it's pretty busy. This is the same line that runs through Micklefield Station. In 2005, train operator GNER proposed to electrify this section of the line between Leeds and Hambleton Junction in association with Network Rail at an estimated cost of £70 million. That never happened as GNER would lose the franchise a year later. Trains run very frequently on this line and one even passed me by whilst I was here. So for this next part of the video, I'll be putting the camera on the dashboard and driving down the B1222 back towards the A63 to catch the various bits and bobs that are between Newthorpe and that road. And then I'll be going around a roundabout and ending at a hotel. Let's go. Just falling within the boundaries of both Huddleston with Newthorpe and Selby is this Best Western Hotel right on the border between North and West Yorkshire. Known as the Milford Hotel due to its proximity to South Milford, this stands alongside the A63, part of the old Great North Road. It has a restaurant and a bar called the Watermill. The roundabout we've just come around is called Boot and Shoe Roundabout because there used to be a pub here of the same name, sited on the A1 and A63 junction. A1 Caravans next to the hotel was originally the Boot and Shoe service station. There's also a caravan park located next to this, a short distance towards the B1222. And that's it for the parish of Huddleston with Newthorpe. One of the toughest ones I've ever had to cover in Selby. I'm sure there are tougher out there, but trust me, this one was a little bit challenging to put together. But hopefully you have enjoyed it. It's not the biggest, and there's certainly not a lot of things to see in it really, but that's just how it goes. I'm afraid some are big and some are small. Speaking of big ones though, my next one in Selby will be a big one, and you'll see where that is next time out. But for now, I've been Andy, also known as the Village Idiot, and this has been the Parish of Huddleston with Newthorpe, and I am out.